Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Casey, and today we're going to be looking at what do you need to hear today? I'm laughing because I literally just filmed the entire intro, and then my camera shut off, and I realized I didn't even press play. Um, but anyways, I have 4 piles for you here today. There will be timestamps down below for you to figure out which pile you want to jump to. But yeah, I'm sorry if you're looking at pile 4 and you see this annoying glare. For some of you, that might make you more drawn to it, but I have a new lighting setup and it's like casting a strong glare on pile 4, so sorry about that. Um, but yeah, this video is just gonna be all about what do you need to hear today. It's good to listen in the morning to like start off your day if you need to pick me up or some guidance about your day. But it could also just be something that you need to hear in general right now, or if you're listening at night, it could be something that you need to hear for the next day. So, without further ado, go ahead and figure out which pile you feel drawn to most, and let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, hi, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the elk card, then this is going to be the reading for you. And we're going to start off by just looking at, what's going on with you right now. That's what this card is for. And then we're going to get a few cards for what blessings are coming your way. And then finally, of course, what exactly you need to hear today. So even if your message of what you need to hear today isn't exactly positive, we'll at least be showing you what blessings are coming in so you can feel a little bit more optimistic. I don't ever want to leave anybody feeling super dejected or depressed after a reading. But pile 1, with the elk here, I feel like you've been doing a really good job of staying strong and being a source of stability during periods of ups and downs. It could feel like there's not a lot of stability in your life right now, but you're doing a great job of holding it together. I feel like for some of you, you could be parents or older siblings, or even you just have people reliant on you or dependent on you, and you feel like you need to be strong all the time, like you need to keep it together. It very much feels like you are the protector or you're the one that keeps everything stable. I'm also getting a vibe of when it comes to finances, you're kind of like the financial burden is almost placed on you, and you've just been going through a rocky time in general. And through that, you've had to be the stable one, you've had to be the caretaker, and you've just kind of had that weight on your shoulders. But I want to say that it's all going to be evening out soon. I want to say that the worst is almost behind you. So, for some of you, if, for instance, maybe you were taking care of a family member that's sick, I almost want to say like it's going to be looking up in the future sometime soon. Like the worst is officially behind you. Or if, you've had to pinch pennies lately and money's been really tight, there's going to be an upturn in things. It's not going to be as difficult. Or if there's just been issues in your family life and you feel like you've had to kind of be the strong one for your siblings, or if you are the parent and you've had to be the strong one for your kids or for your partner when they're going through a hard time, I kind of just want to give you a sign that the worst is behind you, it's almost over, and soon you'll get a moment to actually relax. So that's what I'm seeing for what's going on with you right now, like, kind of how you're feeling. It's more of like an energy check-in just to see if this reading is going to resonate with you. If you feel like that's not describing you, it could be that this pile isn't for you. If so, you could check out a different pile, or it could just be that this video is not for you. If that's the case, I urge you to check out some of the other videos on my channel, because I do have some similar to this. But for those of you that are sticking with me, I'm going to go ahead and show you your cards. I did pre-shuffle, because I feel like it's just quicker this way. And this is going to be what blessings are coming in for you soon. This is like coming in right away, within the next month, next week, like what blessings are coming in for you. Space, disruption, and faith. Now, when I first saw the faith card, it made me think that you could be someone that is very in tune with spirit or your spiritual path. You could be religious and you pray to a certain God, but I feel like the thing that's been allowing you to feel so stable and really get yourself and your family, or, just yourself in general through these tough times, is your faith that everything happens for a reason. Just believing that you're on the right path, believing that, all your actions are taken, from the heart. It's not like you're going against your purpose and you feel like through that you're going to be rewarded. Things are going to pay off. Everything will smooth out eventually. And with the faith card, it just made me feel like everything is paying off. Like, it's all working out in the end. You are right to trust in the universe or trust in your religious figure, whoever that may be. And Spirit is just kind of saying, like, it's almost like a hand on your shoulder that's like, it's okay. I'm glad that you believed and you got through this, but now you can chill out. And with disruption, usually this card makes me think like, I'm almost thinking like everything's peaceful and all of a sudden there's a disruption. But for you, I feel like things have been really hectic and finally there's a disruption stopping that. So I feel like it may be rather abrupt, all this hectic stuff finally stops and you're finally given a moment of peace. And I feel like with the Space card, you're finally given a moment where you can just relax. You don't have people constantly relying on you. It literally feels like, almost like if you're at like this really hectic party, there's all this loud noise, and you just like shut yourself in a room and all of a sudden it's perfectly silent and you're just like, So with Space, I'm almost getting a vibe like maybe for some of you, in order to decompress after this ordeal that you've just been with that's felt like stress and all this put on your shoulders, you could be going on a vacation or, like a solo retreat type of thing where you just kind of get away so you can relax. Or for some of you, it could just look like you have a freed up schedule and, finally you can just chill. You don't need to constantly be worrying about, the different things going on in your life or, your family's lives. Everything is just, finally, you have space to yourself. It's been disrupted. You are on your own. So I kind of have this message to give from the universe that's basically saying they're proud of you for believing that everything will turn out right, and you're being rewarded for the faith that you have in the universe, that you didn't, turn your back on any of your morals along this, kind of hard path. It's like you really stuck true to who you are, and you didn't let yourself falter or fall apart throughout all of it. You continued to believe that everything was happening for a reason, that everything ebbs and flows, and you're almost near the end of it, and you're almost being rewarded for your faith by, being given the space that you need, and everything's finally gonna stop. It's like, it was a really hard period, but throughout all of it, you stayed faithful that, everything happens for a reason, and it's all working itself out in the end. All right, and finally, I have the tarot, and hopefully these are still in order. Yes, okay. So this is going to be, what do you need to hear today? Because those were blessings. Like, your faith is paying off and you're getting some time alone. Like, that is definitely a blessing. But what do you need to hear right now? Okay. Before, when I first got these tarot cards out and I was looking at it, it didn't exactly make sense. But I feel like now that I've gone through these cards, it does make slightly more sense. So I kind of have a message for people that are parents. This is definitely a reading more where the key audience is people needing to take care of other people, specifically people with children, though it could be, taking care of family members that are adults. I feel like you've been putting so much effort into raising your kids or taking care of other people's needs. It could just be about taking care of other people's needs, that you've kind of neglected yourself. And you're the stable person for everyone except yourself, and inside you've kind of started feeling almost like a breakdown of, I can't do things for myself, I can't explore certain pathways. I'm very restricted to, okay, this is my home base, these are the people I'm taking care of, and I can't focus on anything outside of that. And I feel like it was necessary at one point. Like, you definitely did need to kind of put everything else on halt so you could take care of these other people. these children are, you had to put other people's needs first. But I feel like now you're almost coming to this ending where it's like, okay, I don't need to put other people first. It's finally time where I can take care of myself. But it's like you're still taking care of the other people and you're neglecting your own needs. And I feel like Spirit is saying, like, it's time to just get out. It's almost time where you can just, do things that make yourself feel invigorated again. I'm seeing with this King of Wands, like, getting back in touch with your creative side or your passionate side, going out and having fun. Like, I feel like you've been really restricting yourself with the Hanged Man, like, really being stuck in place. Like, I'm literally seeing, like, you've been a homebody, like, you've been stuck at home and you haven't really gone out at all. And, maybe you did need to at one point because, of course, you had to put these other people's needs first. But now that it's starting to end, it's like with the Space card, it's time to just go out, have time to yourself. Because if you're running yourself into the ground, working all the time, and putting other people's needs first and neglecting yourself, you're not going to actually have energy to continue this. If you have to work hard every day, it's like if you don't have any time for rest or any time for fun, your work is going to start to suffer. And something that I've recently personally learned is it's like this triangle that you draw, and each point is work, fun, and rest. And if you have too much of, like, for example, work and rest, you're not having any fun. And then you go to sleep feeling like sucky because you're not having any fun in your life, and your work suffers because you're not excited about life. But if you're only having rest and fun, of course work is going to suffer. But I feel like in your case, you're just work, 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 and then at the end of the day, maybe you sleep a little bit, but you're not having any fun. It's like when you rest, you're sleeping, but you're not actually resting. And now it's almost time for you to just allow yourself to actually rest without going to sleep thinking about all the work, all the things that you need to take care of as soon as you wake up. So Spirit is saying, like, if you want to continue to work hard, that's okay, but you need to keep a healthy balance, or else all your work is just going to be, like, lackluster. You're going to, like, for instance, I'm picturing, like, if you did the dishes super exhausted and then you end up putting everything back in the wrong places, you're just going to have to completely redo your job because, you weren't well rested enough to actually be able to do it properly, and so you're just creating more work for yourself. So Spirit is saying it's time to get out of the house. This could be as simple as exercising or going over to a friend's house, but get out, get more in tune with what makes you feel passionate, what makes you feel happy. Like, what do you just enjoy doing? Go out and do it, and the world isn't going to fall apart if you take a moment to yourself. So, you're not going to continue to be able to take care of these people or work super hard or put other people's needs first if you don't take care of your own needs. You're not going to be able to accomplish your work or have any energy for anything if you're not taking care of yourself as well. So I think that's the message that Spirit has for you today. It's a pretty quick one, but I hope that it resonated. I hope it helped. And please don't forget to take good care of yourself. Even if you do need to take care of other people's needs, I'm not saying don't take care of them, but just realize that if you're neglecting your own, if you're not having fun, then that person's going to suffer too. And it's like you might as well not be taking care of them, But yes, pile one, that's what I have for you. I hope you can take that weight off your shoulders. I truly wish you the best in everything that you do. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or think about subscribing. I do my best to post at least once or twice a week. And if you want a personal reading, I have them linked in the description below to my shop. And yeah, that's all I have. I wish you the best. Bye-bye. Okay, pile two. If you chose the Buffalo card, then this is going to be the reading for you. And I want to start off by saying that this first card is just gonna kind of be like an energy check-in of what's going on with you right now, how are you feeling, just so that you know if this reading is going to resonate or not with you. If not, I urge you to choose a different pile, or it could just be that this video isn't really meant for you. If so, I urge you to check out my other videos on my channel because I have a ton of other ones over there kind of like this. But then we're also going to be seeing what blessings are coming into your life, and then finally, what exactly you need to hear today. Because sometimes what people need to hear today isn't exactly very positive, so I feel like at the very least, I want to leave you knowing, what blessings are coming your way, so you have something to be optimistic about. With the Buffalo card, I get kind of like a very powerful energy from you. And not powerful in the way that like you're punching your way through life, or like powerful, like muscle powerful. But I feel like you're very in alignment with what you want to do in life right now. And not just like career wise. Like I feel like you're figuring out your path in life, and like of course like that's very good, but I feel like just that's also extending to how you treat people. I feel like you're only allowing people into your life that it's like you truly see them. You're not one for fake people. You can kind of judge a person's heart and see if they are really, wanting to, I don't know how to say it, but it's like you only allow truly good people into your life, people that are gonna uplift you just like you uplift them. You're not allowing any fake people or just like, negative, stagnant type of energy people. I feel like that's also extending to just your space, like your home, or your room that you live in. You keep it very clean, or you're doing a very good job of cleansing all the energy. You might have even been kind of like thinking about or already have like decluttered. Like you're just clearing out energies that don't serve you anymore in every aspect of your life. And not only that, but I feel like you're very, well, the buffalo card is very grounded. Their hooves are in the ground and they're very, like, they have a strong, grounded stance. But at the same time, they're very in tune with nature and spirituality. And I feel like it's almost like, I don't know if you believe in chakras or if you even know about them, but it's like all of your chakras are open. And for instance, the crown and the third eye chakra are the ones that connect you to spirit, that allow for intuition. And when those are open, you really easily receive intuitive downloads. You're very in tune with your intuition, and you also have a lot of faith in spirit, and you're just feeling in tune with your purpose in life. But at the same time, the root chakra is also open, and that one connects us to earth. It connects us to reality. It allows us to actually, make things happen. It's the difference between yin and yang, or divine masculine, divine feminine. I feel like you're completely mixing perfectly the divine masculine and the divine feminine within yourself, which is extremely difficult for most people to like keep going for a long time. I feel like most people kind of flip-flop between the two energies, where they're either very like in meditation, very passive, kind of like reserved to themselves, or they're very in their divine masculine, where they're constantly like action, they're in reality, just conscious thinking, no thinking about their unconscious. But I feel like you're almost blending the two perfectly. Like, you're very aware of how you're feeling and the way that you're acting. You do everything with purpose, but it also doesn't stop you from still acting, if that makes sense. You're in tune with your conscious, but also your unconscious, and you know spiritually what you're doing, and you do it, if that makes sense. So the buffalo is a very powerful card that is a very good card to start off with. I feel like if this doesn't resonate with you, you'll know it, but if it does, it makes sense. Like, there's no middle ground here. You either fully understand what I'm talking about because you're like, yes, that's what I've been working on, that's what I've been trying to do, or you're like, I don't really know what you're talking about. So if you don't know, then it could just be that this pile's not for you. But for those of you that are sticking with me, I also have what blessings are coming in for you. This is going to be what blessings are coming in like the next week, the next few days, or the next month. Like, these are coming in hot. These are not like long-term blessings. You have reflection, confidence, and determination. So I feel like this is just kind of reiterating what I said before. You are, like, if I could pick out cards that talk about what the divine feminine and divine masculine look like, the divine feminine is reflection and the divine masculine is determination. And you're perfectly mixing the both, and because you're perfectly mixing them both, you are super confident, you are feeling self-empowerment, you are feeling the ability to just propel yourself forward through life. There's nothing holding you back because you're reflecting on past experiences, you're reflecting on why you act the way you do, you're thinking about what kind of people you want in your life, and you're very conscious of the kind of space that you keep, and also exactly what you want to do. Every day has purpose to you. It's not just another day flying by. And I feel like whatever you're working towards, be it career or a specific goal in your life right now, you are very determined to achieve it. You see that there's like a mountain in this picture. I hope you can see it with the glare. And it's like nothing could stop you from climbing that mountain. Like you are just full speed, like chugging along, like, and it's not just like you're one or the other, you're perfectly balancing them both, which is so important to actually allow you to be propelled forward and not just have like short bursts of forward movement. You know what? I hope you know what I'm saying. I feel like that was like a really long rant. But I guess I should like back up a little bit by saying that these are blessings coming in. I do feel like this is the energy that you're in right now, since the Buffalo card basically talks about all that. But I feel like with what blessings are coming in, it's almost like you don't need to worry about this momentum fading away or these feelings of determination fading away. Like this is something that you've worked hard to get, and it's not simply gonna just slip away because you don't focus on it too hard. You know what I mean? So it's almost like Spirit is kind of telling you, like, yes, you worked hard from this, you deserve it, and you're going to continue to feel and gain accomplishments from the way that you are living your life. You are living your life very authentically, fully in alignment with your conscious and unconscious needs and desires. And like spiritually, it's like you feel very open to spirit, but that doesn't mean like you're a pushover. Like the best way I can describe it is like the King of Cups card in tarot. He's very compassionate. He allows himself to feel his emotions. He doesn't suppress anything, but at the same time, he's not a pushover, you know? And I feel like you're kind of mixing that perfect balance of the both. So whoever you are, like, damn, this is this is how I'm trying to be. So I'm very proud of you for actually being able to live a life like this, because it's very difficult. Not a lot of people, you know, can get past the ego and live like this. But finally, I have your tarot cards, and you got all upright. You have the 3 of Wands, the 9 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, the 8 of Wands, and the Chariot and the Hanged Man. I don't think there's any repeating numbers here, so I don't have any specific angel numbers to give you. That doesn't mean that you're not seeing any angel numbers. It could just mean that, you know, you're just seeing them kind of all over, not any one in particular. And your cards were originally not all upright. Like, it's like I couldn't read them unless I put them upright. And so I just had this feeling to tell you, like, it's almost like anything that, like, negatively comes at you or anything that doesn't serve you instantly, like, it's like you're Gore-Tex and it's water sliding off of you. If you don't know what Gore-Tex is, I should have just said it's like you're a duck and it's water sliding off your back, but Gore-Tex is like a highly water-resistant material. It's like nothing negative can penetrate through to you. It's almost like if a train was moving down this path and things try to get in the way, the train just like goes straight through it, just plows straight through it. And I feel like it's because you're so in alignment with what your path in life is, and also you're being your authentic self. Like, you're not faking anything, you're not doing anything that's not true to who you are. You're fully in alignment with what you want. And because of this, I see anything that you're kind of setting your eye on right now, anything that you're trying to accomplish or trying to move forward to, any specific goals, be it career or personal goals, you are moving forward to it. I don't see you hesitating, because you have this inner confidence that's like, why would I even hesitate? If I want something, I'm going to go after it. And because you give off this energy of like confidence, and you know, it's almost like you're radiating positivity, which obviously draws in people to you. I have this kind of message to give that I wanted to say, or I wanted to remember in the beginning when I first got these cards, was watch out for people in your life that don't have your best interest at heart. Because I feel like some people will see you succeeding and they might be jealous, and because of that they're sending you bad energy. I don't know if you know what evil eye is. I feel like a lot of cultures have it, so most people know what it is. But it's like when people envy you or are jealous of you or want what you have, and so they send you bad energy, and it kind of like tries to mess with how you're doing spiritually, if you know what I'm saying. So I almost have this message like, protect yourself with, whatever methods you have. I know Wiccans might do like, or pagans might do like protection spells and stuff like that. For some people, they like to cleanse themselves with incense or Olympia, or like an egg cleanse is a great way to cleanse yourself of evil eye. So look that up if that's something you're interested in. But it could be as simple as like praying, like if you praying over yourself, having somebody pray for you, just to kind of make sure that nobody's messing you up spiritually, trying to bring you down because they're jealous. Because I have a message that, watch out for certain people in your life that don't have your best interest at heart, because they might see how well you're doing, how confident you are. It makes them jealous and they want to tear you down. But another thing that I have for you is the Nine of Cups. Basically anything that you want is being manifested. And I feel like when people say manifestation, they think that it's just thinking. But something great that I heard the other day was manifestation, like let's say you're trying to manifest a cake. You will be given all the ingredients to make a cake, but you still need to put in the work to make the cake. And so many people think that manifestation just means like the cake is going to come to their front door. When in reality, it's like, no, you've just been like given a raise so you can go out and buy a cake, or you can buy the ingredients to make the cake. But if you're not putting action towards your manifestations, you're not actually going to get them. But I feel like since you're doing both, like you're thinking about what you want it, but you're also putting in work to get it, all of your goals, all of your manifestations, everything that you want, your wishes are being fulfilled. And I feel like everything is coming in very fast for you. I feel like when you're really in alignment with what you want in life, it's almost like you're sliding forward. Like you have so much momentum, you're going faster than you can even register. Like with the Chariot card, it's like you're truly moving forward at not just a fast pace, but a steady pace. It's not like you move forward and then you stay, and then you move forward and you stay. It's like you are just pushing forward. But along the way, it's like you're not forgetting who you are. You're still very in tune spiritually. And it's like you just have this perfect mix of divine feminine energy and divine masculine energy within yourself that's allowing you to get whatever you want. And it's like everything you want is coming in fast. And it's like whatever you've been trying to work towards, like it's coming in hot. You need to keep putting in energy towards it, because this is the perfect time to have your manifestations come into your life. Like hands down, I wish I had this energy right now. Like this is what I'm trying to get to. But pile 2, I could keep talking. Like I feel like I have so much energy from your reading. Like, but I already said it all. I would just be repeating myself. You truly are going in a great direction in life right now. Yeah, the only negative thing that I've seen here is watch out for people that don't have your best interest at heart. But other than that, it's like the world is your oyster. You can achieve anything that you set your mind to in this current time period that you're in. So, pile 2, I hope that resonated. I wish you the best, though I don't think you need any more luck. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up and think about subscribing, because I do post about once or twice a week. If you want a personal reading, I have a link to my shop in the description box below. But without further ado, thank you so much for watching Pile 2. I wish you the best. And yeah, that's all I have for you. Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay. Pile 3. If you chose the golden egg card, then this is going to be the reading for you. Now, your reading is actually kind of special, kind of near and dear to my heart, because this was the first card that I pulled when I got this deck, which wasn't that long ago, but it was the very first card that came out for me, and it came out at a time where I was going through a very important spiritual awakening that, in my opinion, has changed me into a different person I was just 4 months ago. Like, I'm completely unrecognizable from the person that I used to be. And I feel like for those of you that chose pile 3, you're kind of on your own spiritual path, kind of like that right now, where you're really searching inward for an answer that's gonna be different within everybody else because it's so unique to ourselves, if that makes sense. This card deals with the heart chakra, and it actually translates to, what was it, the unheard sound or something like that. But it's basically when you meditate or look within yourself and you really do a lot of introspection and you're just kind of searching for your heart's purpose or for a message that only you could understand. And it's something that can't be described in words, which is why it's so difficult for me to explain it to you, but it's something that you understand from a deep place of knowing within yourself that you just can't pass on with words. And for you today, I'm actually going to read from the guidebook about what this card is about, because I feel like everybody is going to derive their own specific meaning from it. And like, I could try to tell you my side of it, but I'm just going to read from the guidebook because I feel like this says it better than I ever could. So, the golden egg. This card is the message at the center of the heart. The unstruck sound, not the unheard sound. Unstruck. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned, until we retreat from the noise of modern-day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you're seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. So when I think of the golden egg card, the thing that comes to mind is almost like inner child work. Like when you think of the way that your child self would have behaved, would have thought or felt, like how would they react to your current situation? It's almost like you're trying to communicate with that side of yourself, the purest essence of your soul, that's not clouded by the ego or clouded by what society says. Like you're truly speaking to the purest form of your soul. And for those of you that chose pile 3, I feel like there's a certain question on your mind. For me, when I got this card, it was, what is my purpose in life? What am I meant to do here? What is my path? Where is it taking me? But for each of you, it could be something different. But whatever it is, the golden egg asks you to get to a place of quiet or solitude, be it through meditation, introspection, yoga, like it said, and meditate on this question. Really think about what your soul would tell you the answer is. Not what society would or, what you would say to appease someone else, but what is the pure form of that answer that is in alignment with your highest self, that's in alignment with what your heart really wants. If you are seeing pile 3, you might actually also be going through working to open your heart chakra, because this is all about the heart chakra. If you don't use the word chakra, opening your heart chakra really just means finding pure love and understanding for the world and for yourself, and just really being in tune to love again. Being in tune with what your heart really desires, what you really desire, and it's just this feeling of letting go of hatred or ideas that don't serve us anymore so that we can be our most authentic self. But so obviously this pile is going to be for a very specific audience. If you made it this far and it's resonating with you, then this is definitely the pile for you. But if you're kind of like iffy about it and you're like, God, that sounds so woo-woo, then please check out a different pile. Don't try to make anything resonate if it doesn't. Or it could just be that this video is not for you. If that's the case, I urge you to check out any of the other videos on my channel, because I have a bunch more. But without further ado, I already pre-shuffled your cards for you. So this is about what blessings are coming into you. You have movement, reflection, and passion. And the reason I'm doing this is because I forgot to tell you what was actually going on. I just told you about the golden egg card and nothing else. But the golden egg card is just like your energy check-in so that you can see if this reading is going to resonate with you or not. And these 3 cards are what blessings are coming into you in the next month, next few days, next week. So when we finally see like what do you need to hear today, in case that's negative, at least you know like some blessings that are coming in. So what blessings are coming in for you, pile 3? For your blessings, you have movement, reflection, and passion. And I want to start by saying I feel like you're going to be releasing a lot of energy. This could be pent-up energy or just energy that no longer serves you. Really getting rid of, it's almost like a snake shedding its skin, shedding that old you that no longer serves you, because you're going through a metamorphosis that's changing you into, I don't want to say a better you, because I think that our past selves deserve better than just saying that they were bad or worse or, but you're changing into a different version of you that's more in alignment with who you really want to be. And with movement, I feel like lots of things are going to be moving and changing in your life as you change into this different person and as you decide what you want. It's almost like you're vibrating at a different frequency. And so things that are not on that frequency are kind of starting to fall away, and you're attracting things that are on that same frequency as you, if that makes sense. It's like you used to be down here, and you were down here with all these other things that were down here, but as you're moving up, it's like these things that are no longer like you or no longer serving you are starting to fade away. And, maybe it's kind of hard because it's what you used to know, but now that you're up here, things that are actually up here with you are actually joining you. Like, this could be new people, new opportunities, old things in your life that no longer serve you are fading away, and it's allowing space for these new things to come in. And so you might be seeing lots of random upheavals, random changes that seem so sudden, but really it's because you're vibrating at a new frequency, basically. And with reflection, I feel like it's because you're doing so much introspection, kind of changing who you are from the inside out, and kind of deciding who it is you want to be in this life. What do you actually value? What do you want around you? And through this, it's what's causing all this movement. And it's also, you're changing into this person that's more in alignment with what you actually want. And also your heart chakra is opening, which is actually allowing you to feel more passion in your life. You're only allowing things that make you feel passionate, things that make you feel creative or happy or fill you with good, positive energy. This passion card, I just see your life filling with so much more vibrancy. And the best way I can describe it is like, imagine your home or your room is the place where you're supposed to feel most at peace, where you're supposed to feel comfort and your energy is supposed to feel good. But imagine you have all these dirty bottles, you have like years of schoolwork just piled up in your closet that like you're never gonna use, you have all these old pictures, old books that are covered in dust, and just, old clothes that you don't even wear that are just sitting around. And all of this is collecting stale, stagnant energy, and it's contributing to that space that you live in. And one day you decide, I'm just going to clear all this out, and you just get rid of all of it. And now your room is this blank space. And now you can finally allow, like, okay, I want this plant, and I want it because, it sparks joy. And I'm only going to have books on my bookshelf that I actually read, that I actually want to read, or that, I like the look of. And I'm only going to have paintings or pictures on my wall that, make this space feel lively and energetic. I'm changing the lighting so it feels warmer. I'm going to change my bedding so it feels new. And I'm only going to have clothes that I want to wear, that I'm actually going to wear. And all of a sudden your space feels so much more vibrant, and all of it. Even down to like having, instead of just one favorite shirt, every shirt in your closet is your favorite shirt. It's just your whole life is filled with so much more vibrancy, so much more passion. And I feel like that's kind of what you're morphing into, because you're doing all this reflection about what you actually want in life, and then you're going to start actually changing things about your life, I feel like that was a lot. But your blessings are basically because of your reflection and because you're making this conscious choice to figure out what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep in your life. All this movement is happening to allow only good things into your life. So that's what I see for you. And for what you need to hear today, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Wands reversed, the Eight of Wands, Death, and the High Priestess. So I feel like who you were before this transformation, before you're having your golden egg moment where you're like trying to figure out who you are in life, I feel like you were going down a much, I don't want to say darker path, but it was a different path, and it wasn't necessarily in alignment with what your highest self wants. I have this saying that, I didn't come up with it, but I heard it and it really stuck with me, is that fate is just the free will of our highest self. And right now, it's like you're kind of living through the desires of your highest self. What do you really want? What does your highest self desire? And that's what you're allowing to come into your life. And because of that, these previous avenues or paths that you would have gone down are starting to close off from you. And it's almost like you would have been sad if you were still that person that, oh, I'm no longer going to be able to have that opportunity. But now the current you is looking at that and is like, I'm so glad I didn't take that opportunity, because I'm meant to turn around and go in this other path. And I feel like you're really prepared to work really hard and pursue these other things, pursue what it is that your highest self really wants. And because of that, I feel like when we're in alignment with what our highest self desires, what we're really meant to be doing, when we follow our heart instead of our ego, things happen so much more quick. And when I say what our highest self desires, I'm not saying like some other person or like some random force that wants other things for us. I'm talking about the difference between what your inner child would have wanted your life to look like versus what the adult you that has an ego, that has, people telling them what they should be doing, And so now you're connecting back to what you wanted before you were so influenced by ego. And everything is starting to happen so much easier. That's why you have this movement card. Literally looks just like the Eight of Wands. It's like all these good times, good people, like vibrant things, passion coming into your life so freely and quickly. I hope you don't hear that scraping noise. That's pretty loud and annoying. But anyways, like I was saying, with the Death card, you're just going through a complete rebirth. It's like you were a caterpillar your whole life and you didn't even know that butterflies existed. And you were hanging out with all these worms that you thought were like you. Like, oh yeah, we're just going to be worms our entire life. But then you start going through this metamorphosis and all of a sudden you're a butterfly and you're like, what the? I thought that I was a worm. And now it's like you're going to be so much more content as a butterfly because it's what your inner child would have wanted. It's what your inner child always wanted for you. It's what you feel most passionate about, and you're just completely changing and leveling up to a completely different person. And you're more in tune with your intuition and your spiritual path than ever. I definitely feel like you're going to be in your divine feminine energy. But also like, well, I shouldn't just say divine feminine energy. I feel like that's very prominent. and that's what's allowing you to move forward, is this kind of introspection, this meditation, and this period of searching your unconscious and the spiritual side of yourself to figure out what you actually want. But you're also allowing that energy and that determination to manifest itself in divine masculine energy, and you're actually working towards the things that you want. If you don't know what divine masculine, divine feminine means, it's literally just yin and yang. It has nothing to do with gender roles. So I hope, usually I would like give a long explanation, but I already have vocal fry, so I'm not going to. But pile 3, I feel like you're going through a transformation, and this is a general reading, so I think everybody's is going to look slightly different. But the overarching message that I have for all of you is when you're most in alignment with the desire of your highest self, the self that's not ruled by ego, that's in alignment with spirit and in alignment with yourself here on earth, that's when everything starts unfolding the way that it's meant to, and that's when your life starts looking so much more vibrant and so much more filled with passion. And you've been on this journey of self-realization for a long time, but it's finally coming into your life, and actually you're seeing it. You're seeing the changes firsthand, and you're seeing and getting to experience all these good things. So, pile 3, that's all that I have for you today. I wish you the best on your journey, but I know that you don't need the extra luck from me because you're gonna do great. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please think about leaving a like or subscribe. I do post once or twice a week. And if you want a personal reading, I do have the link to my shop in the description below. But that's all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, that's all. Bye-bye. Alright, pile 4. If you chose the Tarantula card, then this is going to be the pile for you. Last, but certainly not least. Okay, so basically how this reading is going to start off is this card is just kind of like an energy check-in. It's all about what's going on with you right now. How are you feeling? Just so you can kind of see if this reading is going to resonate or not. If it doesn't, then this pile probably isn't for you. Feel free to check out different piles, but don't try to make anything resonate if, don't try to force it, because it's probably not for you if it doesn't feel right. But pile 4, you have the Tarantula card, or sorry, I forgot to say what I was going to do for the rest of it. We're of course going to be looking at what you need to hear today, but that'll come last, and in between we'll look at what blessings are coming into your life, and this will be what's coming in really soon. So just in case that your message for the day isn't very positive, you at least have blessings to look forward to that are coming in. So the Tarantula card is it's about being at a crossroads, and it can come at a time when you're feeling like you don't know the correct way to go. You don't know what decision to make, what path to go down. But the truth is, you know the correct path to go down, and you're trying your best to follow your life's purpose. But the reason that you're at a crossroads is because I feel like you're letting yourself be distracted by other things. For some of you, it could be a coping mechanism to deal with stress, maybe falling back on old habits or patterns that don't really serve you. Something that I could think about is like, for instance, if you were in a depression and you're just like really in a rut and you can't get out, so you lay in bed and you just kind of stay on your phone all day, or you're watching TV all day because you don't want to have to deal with the real world. And now you're at a crossroads where I feel like it's time for you to actually take action, but you're scared, you're stressed, and you have fears about if it's going to work out or not. But this Tarantula card is kind of telling you, it's almost saying like you don't need to be afraid. You know the correct direction to go in, and you have everything within you already to succeed. You just need to follow your intuition and trust that it's bringing you down the right path. And so, looking at your blessings, I already did pre-shuffle, so I have your cards already here. These are going to be blessings that are coming to you in the next month, week, or like next few days. So you have energy, fear, and success. I kind of like how actually these colors like match up with the tarantula. It's actually pretty spot on. I don't know if this glare is like too much, but you see the tarantula is literally surrounded by like yellow and orange, and also like the red around the outside, and then the tarantula itself is black. Which actually this feels like, it feels like almost a message in itself. It's like you have this fear all around you, like how you're appearing as the tarantula is completely black, like the fear card, and you feel like that's all that you have within you, that's all that you have around you. It's so all-encompassing that you feel like your fear defines you. But if you look, like you're in this sea of energy and success all around you, and it's this positive energy that you can't see because you're so stuck at looking at yourself, and you're looking at the ways that you might fail at what you're doing. You're looking at ways that you might not be good enough, or that you might not succeed in whatever path that you want to go down. And so for what blessings I see coming in for you, it's like, okay, maybe we can't change the fear. Maybe we can't get rid of it, but whether you're afraid or not, you're still going to be successful. And I feel like you have all this energy within you that, you know, you're trying to direct it in other places. Like I said, maybe procrastinating things, maybe being on your phone too much, maybe focusing on other people or other things to distract yourself from actually needing to make a decision in your life that will affect you. Because it seems like a big decision, but if you stop letting your energy go into these other places and be scattered, and you directed it all to one thing, that specific thing that you're trying to work towards, it'll all work out. And so I feel like for what blessings are coming in for you, you're still going to be afraid. I think you're definitely still going to be stressed, but you're also going to be successful. And it's like, you're not going to let yourself let go of that fear until you actually see success, until you see success manifested. Which, you know, I understand. It's like being afraid of a presentation until the presentation's over. It's like, you're not just going to let the fear go away, and I understand that. But I feel like Spirit is trying to say that you have everything within you that you need to succeed already. Anything else? I mean, I feel like this might sound like stupid, but I feel like you're destined for success. Because I feel like what you're trying to achieve right now is something, it's like you're trying to focus on accomplishing your life purpose, and you're trying to be in alignment with what you actually want, and you're afraid that it'll fail. But what you don't realize is when you're actually chasing something that you're meant for, when you're chasing something that, you know, it's your purpose in life, that's what your path is supposed to be, it's gonna be successful. Because I feel like so many people in the spiritual community, we always say everything happens for a reason, but then it's like we forget about that when we're in the moment. Or like we believe like the universe has a path for all of us. Everything is guiding us to a path. We say that, but it's like you're not feeling it right now. So you have to ask yourself, do you actually believe that? And, you know, do you have evidence in your life that can, you know, reinforce that? Like, yes, you know, these things did happen for a reason. I do have a path in life. And if you feel like you're trying to work towards, you know, what you want for your life, tell yourself, you know, you can accomplish it. You are meant for success because this is something that you're meant to do in life. It kind of sounds all over the place. I feel like if I just read from the guidebook, it would be so much clearer, but I hope you know what I'm trying to say. Whatever fears that you have about this endeavor that you're trying to go on, it's only within you. You're literally surrounded by success, and you have everything that you need to accomplish it. So I hope that that can like alleviate some of the fear, but I understand if it doesn't, because again, you're literally like, I mean, you can look at the card, you're literally surrounded by fear. All right, now for your tarot, we're going to be looking at what do you need to hear today. I believe I said in the beginning, but even if you are watching this at night, this could just be for the next day, or this could be what you need to hear in general, and this could like extend to, you know, what you're doing right now. So you have the Six of Cups reversed, the Eight of Wands reversed, the Eight of Swords reversed, the Hermit, and the Ace of Swords. Well, I feel like Spirit is kind of telling you it's time to let go of anxieties. And it sounds so much easier to just, say it and be like, well, yeah, everybody needs to just let go of anxieties. If we could just let go of them, life would be so easy. But I feel like you, more than the average person, kind of keep yourself feeling trapped, like with this Eight of Swords card. Like, I think stress is healthy in small amounts because, it helps us actually achieve things. It helps us stay away from bad things. And it kind of, keeps us in check. It's an evolutionary mechanism to keep us safe. But even when you don't need to be kept safe, even when nothing is happening, like you could be laying in bed and you're still anxious. Like I literally just saw this meme. It was a tweet. And it said, oh god, I wish I screenshotted it now because I literally just saw it like in between pile 3 and pile 4. It said something like, I'd be laying in bed with the anxiety of somebody that's being hunted for sport. And it's like, yeah, like laying on bed on my phone with the anxiety of somebody being hunted for sport. So it's like you could be doing something simple like making breakfast in the morning, but you feel like the weight of the world is on you and you feel so stressed, like a million eyes are on you, like people are constantly watching and judging you, or like you're gonna fail at a moment's notice. And it's like a healthy amount of fear is okay, but Spirit is telling you like it's time to realize that sometimes you're being unrealistic. Or even if you're being realistic, that doesn't mean that you need to let this fear be all encompassing. It's almost like it's paralyzing you, and Spirit is telling you like you need to do what you can to tell yourself like, okay, I don't need to be this afraid. Like, you see there's this one man, I know it's upside down, but there's this one man and there's 8 swords. And it's like he's literally pinned down by all the fear and pain. But with the Eight of Swords, it's usually just in your head, keeping you trapped. And like it's okay if you leave like 3 swords, like if you want to have that stress in your life. I don't think you want to, but you have way too much going on in your head. Like it's okay to just let go of some of it. And with the Eight of Wands reversed, I feel like you want to accomplish something, and it's something relating to your life's purpose and your path in life. And you're afraid that you don't have everything you need within yourself to accomplish it. Like like you need help from other people, or like you're not quite ready yet. But you're the only one creating delays and obstacles in your life. These these things that feel like delays or obstacles to you, or things that feel like insurmountable like mountains for you to climb, are really just you getting in your head and keeping yourself trapped and telling yourself that you can't accomplish it. Because I can literally see here like you have everything that you need. It's just a matter of getting out of your head, which I know sounds a lot easier than it actually is, but just consider me like a third person point of view looking at your life and just telling you straight up what I see. It's easy for you to get in your head. You see the tarantula is completely black, covered in fear, but I'm seeing the whole picture. I'm seeing the success that awaits you. I'm seeing all the energy that you have and the ability to accomplish this, and I see that it's what your soul is meant for. But you're the one that can't see past fear, which I understand. Trust me, as somebody with anxiety, with like clinical anxiety, I completely understand. But I'm also the third person point of view that's not invested, that's telling you that you can do it. So I know it might be hard to believe me, but trust me when I say that you are literally destined for success in this. And I hope you can repeat that to yourself until it's ingrained in your mind. I feel like I touched on this a bit in the beginning, but I didn't fully talk about it a lot. But I feel like you do have some past coping mechanisms that you're employing, like ways to distract yourself. Sorry if my dog's barking in the background, you can hear that. But I feel like when you're feeling all this stress and you're trapping yourself, you're finding ways to distract yourself. And this could be, for some people it could be something minor, where like I said, like you're watching Netflix in bed. For other people it could be partying and drinking, or, doing drugs. but it's something that you used to use as a coping mechanism when, you know, you were younger, or not necessarily super young, but like you used it in the past and it used to help. But at this point, it's just something that's detrimental to you, and you're not really gaining anything from it, because at the end of the day, you're ready to move forward. You're at the crossroads already, and you're just kind of keeping yourself stuck. Like, I'm imagining, like, you know, a crossroad is like 4 different roads, and you're right here. And you need to be here. You need to be moving forward. But it's like you're letting yourself be stopped. You're putting train tracks and a train in front of you, and then you're like on your phone and you're saying like, no, you know what, I can stay right here, I don't need to move yet. And it's because you're so afraid, and I see that. But even you can tell that these coping mechanisms don't give you anything. It's like when I said, like, laying in bed on your phone, feeling the same anxiety as somebody that's being hunted for sport. It's like you're on your phone trying to distract yourself from fear, but you're still feeling the fear anyway. So wouldn't it feel so much better if you could just at least make a choice and go for it? Because then at least if you fail, then it's over and you'll just do something else. But to just sit here at this crossroads is just keeping yourself in limbo of, it's just anxiety limbo, and you don't need to be there. It's time to take action. You are perfectly capable of taking action. You are the only one that's delaying yourself, and any obstacles that you see are being removed for you. And I feel like it's because this is what you're meant to do. There's, I know I'm going on about this a lot, but I'm very passionate about these kinds of readings. And there's this quote that I have from my favorite book, The Alchemist, that's basically saying, when you really want something, the whole universe or the whole world comes together to help make it a reality. I think I like butchered that quote, but it basically says, when you're following the desires of your highest self, when you're following your life purpose, the whole world comes together to remove obstacles for you. And for you, this might be certain things like helping you get a car so you can get to a certain destination, or maybe you ran out of money for something, so somebody like offers to give you money out of nowhere, or like you randomly get a Venmo from someone, or a tax return that happens to give you the exact amount of money that you need. And it's like all these obstacles are being removed. The only thing that is needed is action from you. And it's time for you to take action. Time for you to get out of this like hermit mode where you're just staying stuck in place and you're kind of avoiding real life. It's time, you know, use your fear as a tool to push you forward. Don't let it be used against you to keep you down. Because you have the ability to harness all this energy and push forward, and you will be successful. Like, you literally, there's success surrounding you. All that's needed is for you to take the steps, to just put in the work. You know, just even if it's as simple as like writing down little things that you can do to get from point A to point B, even if you're like shaking and anxious the whole time, as long as you're doing the work, like just physically doing it, it's still pushing you one step forward. And it'll slowly get easier and easier until you've accomplished what you want to accomplish. And I see that coming for you. Success is literally written in the stars. So, pile 4. I'm glad that I did your reading today. Usually I only do like 3 piles, but I don't know. Yours was different from the rest. And I hope that this message finds the people that need it the most. And I really hope that it helps, because I have been there. Trust me. But yeah. Pile 4, if you enjoyed your reading, please think about leaving a like or subscribing. I do post about once or twice a week. And if you're looking for personal readings, I do offer those. I have a link to my shop in the description below. Or if you don't want to do anything like that, just feel free to check out the other videos on my channel, because that does help out a ton. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I truly wish you the best, Pile 4, and I believe in you. So, without further ado, that's all I have for today. Bye-bye.